Welcome to Newark's daily COVID-19 update. Today I'm going to start with some positive numbers. In the United States, about 8,413 people have actually recovered from the coronavirus. 8,413 people in the United States have actually recovered from the coronavirus. That's good to know. The grim reality, though, is that there are also 186,100 people that are positive for coronavirus in the United States. 186,100 with 3,603 deaths. And yes, the people that are recovering, the rate of it is greater than the folks that are dying, but we still have 3,600 people dead in the United States. And let me tell you about Newark. Our numbers are increasing rapidly. We have risen to 661 confirmed cases. 661 confirmed cases in the city of Newark and 22 deaths. Yesterday, there was 12 deaths in the city. Today, there's 22. 661 confirmed cases and 22 deaths. In Essex County, we have 2,262 cases with 69 deaths. And in New Jersey, we have 22,255 confirmed cases with 355 deaths. So our numbers are growing here in the city of Newark. 12 dead yesterday, 22 today, which is why the efforts that we're doing are important, are necessary, and must be adhered to. I want to thank all of the residents in our city in Newark and in Irvington and East Orange and Orange that are abiding by the curfew, that are abiding by the shelter in place, that are staying home. I want to thank, because the majority of the people are doing it. So we appreciate you. We thank you. The problem is that there's a small group of people who are still not abiding by it. Today, we had to issue 115 summonses. We issued about 400 since Monday. We've turned around hundreds of cars and sent them back to where they came from. And we're going to continue to do that. I got a kind of desperate inbox from a resident saying, listen, we need to go further than the summons. People need to be arrested. Well, we don't want to do that. Obviously, we don't want to arrest people. We want people to deal with their own conscience, right? But we're going to summons you, right? And if you get another summons, you will be taken to court. And ultimately out of that could be jail time, right? So the summons can range from anything from $75 to us referring it to the prosecutor and getting you some time in jail. And if your behavior risks the lives of other people's safety and well-being in the community, if it amounts to that, then you may do jail time. If you are doing people's hair and you're not supposed to, if you're opening up your store and you're not supposed to, if you're hanging out on a corner and you infect other people, these things can turn into very serious charges for you. Right now, there's the obstruction of law. And we're going to continue to push and continue to enforce as much as we possibly can. Look, some people think we're doing too much, but there's a lot of people who think we're not doing enough, that we should enforce more of these. When the numbers jump from 12 deaths yesterday to 22 today, it means that this is very, very serious. When they double like this, when we go from 460 something cases yesterday to 600 or more cases today, that means that we have a lot more to do, and that there are people who are still not listening to what we're saying, and we have to grab those folks. I want to thank all of the folks that are hitting me up, letting me know of the places that are not social distancing, the jobs that they have where the employer does not seemingly care about the well-being of the employees. We're going to continue to go to those places. We're going to continue to close them down. We're going to continue to find them. So please let us know. And the residents who are telling us about folks that are outside arbitrarily, wantonly disobeying because they think that this is funny. Listen, I got an Instagram post from some guys in the car, like laughing. They think it's funny, but the joke is on you. The issue is that you can carry this virus home to your family, and when you begin to understand that, you'll see the seriousness of it. Because there are 22 families in the city of Newark today. 22 families in the city of Newark that are mourning because an invisible killer that we cannot arrest, an invisible killer that we can't put in jail, an invisible killer that we can't put a bracelet on their ankle, an invisible killer that sneaks into their household, that attacks their lungs and respiratory system, has in fact caused them to expire. And there are 22 families mourning. Our heart goes out to them, our prayers to them, their prayers to their family. We hope that there are not 22 more families that have to endure this kind of suffering, but that's going to be up to us and the residents of this town to be able to do what we are asking you to do. Listen, we've also delivered 2,288 cards and food to families in the city. We obviously need more of that. We need more resources, so we need businesses, we need individuals to send more resources to the United Way of Essex County, United Way of Essex County. Send resources to the United Way of Essex County under the Newark Food Program, United Way of Essex County under to Newark Food Program. We need you to send resources there so we can continue to deliver those. The fire department is delivering 50 meals a day. Our fire department will continue to deliver 50 meals a day to seniors and families that need it. There are also folks that are calling 911 for these kind of COVID emergencies. If you're feeling sick, call your healthcare provider or call the Mary Eliza Mahoney Health Center. There's a 1-800 number. Call that or call 733-6000, 973-733-6000 if you're feeling sick. Obviously, if it's an emergency where you need to go to the hospital, then you call 911 and get an ambulance to get you to the hospital. But other than that, for basic calls that you're not feeling sick, you want to know what testing that, do not call 911 for that. There are police emergencies that they have to respond to, and 911 is being overwhelmed with calls like that. Just a reminder or two, the bulk and yard waste is temporarily suspended. We're not picking up bulk. We're not picking up yard waste. It is not a necessary function. We are picking up regular garbage. We're going to continue to pick up regular garbage. If you have any questions about pickup, you should call 973-733-4311, 973-73-4311 about pickup. Remember to fill out the census, www.2020census.gov, www.2020census.gov. Somebody might have put .org on it, but it's .gov. It's www.2020census.gov. Or you can call it by phone, and the phone numbers are on the City of Newark's website. It's also on our Facebook page, but the City of Newark website will give you the phone number in the language that you need to address it in. It comes in multiple languages, over a dozen languages. Call them, get your information in, allow the city to get more money to deal with things like homelessness, street repair, affordable housing, college scholarships, emergency grants for AIDS, for difficult homes, and all of these things. So we need to get our census done so we get the money that we need into our city. Please do that while you have the time to do it. Just want to go over what our order is again, because people have been asking me questions about it. You cannot go outside unless it's an emergency. Will the police stop my car? Yes, more than likely they may. You get caught in a traffic thing, you will get stopped. They will ask you for ID. They will ask you where you're going. Yes, that is happening. Can I get a ticket? Yes, you can not only get a ticket, you can also get a summons to go to court and eventually do some jail time. Can I go to the supermarket? Yes, you can go to the supermarket. Yes, you can go to the pharmacy. Yes, you can walk your dog. If you come out of the house, you must come out in twos and practice social distancing. And you have to be going out for emergency purposes. The police have the right to question you and tell you to go home, to remove yourself from the corner, from the block. They have the right to do this. People have been saying, I'm getting a lot of back and forth from folks saying, why is this only happening in our community? Well, that's just not factual. 3/4 of the United States is under a stay-at-home order right now. 3/4 of the United States. In many cities, rural towns, suburban communities, 3/4 of the United States are doing this. And what we're doing is not as strict of what they did in China, what they did in South Korea, what they're doing in Italy today. We're not. In my opinion, we should be, but we're not as strict as they are. We're allowing people to do all kinds of things. Heck, you can go get some bullets for a gun right now if you want to. At the end of the day, I think all of those things, all of it, is unnecessary and it is endangering the lives of the people of our community. I believe that all of those things are unnecessary, and we're fighting for things that really won't mean anything if we lose people's lives. I had a discussion with some young people on Instagram. I was really disturbed in the beginning because a lot of them were being disrespectful because of the graduation and prom. But then I got some more respectful that gave me some more hope about the young people in our city, that not all of us view the world this way, and that we have not failed everyone. Listen to me. I was a principal. I understand the necessity to have a prom and the necessity to have graduation. I understand that. I want you to have it. And you're not having it because the mayor is being mean, because people, somebody said, if people go in a house, can you have your graduation? Well, people going in the house may help that to take place, but that is not the reason that you're not having it. The reason you're not having it is because COVID-19 is alive and well. Somebody said COVID is going to always be here. Well, that's terrible to say because it's taking people's lives. It's taking people's lives, and we have to act. So the things that we need to sacrifice right now, we have to step up and be strong and sacrifice the things that we need to sacrifice, things we could put off for later, that we could postpone, that we could do at another time, that we can enjoy better. It's not worth risking your life, your grandmother's life, your mother's life, your uncle's life, your grandfather's life, people's lives who immune system is not as strong as yours. It's not worth risking their life for 4 hours of a dance. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. The best thing to do is postpone it, wait till this thing, we get this thing under control and have it again. I pray to God that we get this under control before May, before June, so you can in fact have these things. But if it's not under control, then you won't have it. There are people who cancel trips. There are people who can't who cancel wedding ceremonies. There are people who can't bury people that have died in their family. They can't go to funerals, right? There are all kinds of things that people are suffering and sacrificing for because of COVID-19. We have to step up to the plate and understand that we're a community. This is no time for selfishness. All selfishness have to go out the door, and we have to be a collective and a community. Everybody talking about how they love Newark, brick city this, brick city that. Well, love it enough to keep the people alive in it. Love it enough to stay in the house and do what you're supposed to do. Love it enough to take care of yourself and your family and your grandmother and your grandfather. Do what you're supposed to do. And all of you guys out here that think it's okay to disobey what we're asking you to do, look, some of us are holding the line. And I'm asking you guys to continue to hold the line. Make sure your community is safe, your family is safe. Stop people putting out this false information that are putting out. I'm going back and forth with people on the internet about all of these things, about 5G, about, this was a conspiracy, or, these are the things that continue to make us come outside, that this is a conspiracy and it's hurting us. They created this to hurt us, to kill us, to destroy us. Listen, I'll have a debate with you about that when it's over. And I don't know if you're right or wrong. What I do know is that people are dying today. I do know that. I know that yesterday we had 12 people dead, and today we have 22. I know that we had 400-something people with coronavirus, and I know today we have over 600. So what does that mean? That means if you want to put something on the internet, put something up there telling people how to stay alive, how to socially distance, how to separate themselves from people. to care about this disease, right? To take the proper precautions, to not go visit your grandmother, right? To don't have house parties. That is, you can't stand in front of Family Dollar in the parking lot. Like being on a car, shooting dice is not what it is today. You have to shut it all down. That it's all over. And look, our community is going to be affected the most. Why? We have the worst access to healthcare. We have the worst access to healthcare. Yes. We're sick disproportionately from most of the diseases that exist in this country already, besides coronavirus. We live on top of each other. We don't have space. We're not in the suburbs where one house is 200 feet away from another house. We're on top of each other. We live in tall buildings. We're right next to each other. We touch elevators and doors. We go past each other all of the time. Our community is densely populated, and most communities like ours are densely populated, which means that we are more susceptible to these diseases and to this virus than other people may be, right? It's more than likely, if you're out, that you've come across it or breezed by it, or by the grace of God, it passed you and was right next to you, right? No matter where you are. That's why you have to take precaution and be careful. If you are going outside, if I had gloves, I would wear them, right? I would take care of that. I would wash my hand every 5 and 10 minutes. I would wipe down surfaces that I touch, doors and elevators, even in the supermarket, foodstuffs before I picked them up. I would be anal about it as much as I possibly could to protect myself and protect the people that I'm coming home to at the end of the day. That's important. There are a lot of folks that I work with that are around me that are contracting this virus. And that's because they have to go to work. They have to be outside, right? Police officers, firemen, the sheriff, other elected officials, council people, executives, so forth, because they have to be outside. They have to be outside caring for the public, wrestling with people to stay inside, doing all of these things, putting their lives in danger and putting the lives of their family in danger. It is fearful, right? I have a 6-month-old, about to be 6-month-old child, a baby boy. It scares me. That is the possibility of me moving around and doing the things I have to do to make sure that the city is safe, that I might bring something home to my family, right? Because I have to make sure that your family is okay, that your family is safe, that you're not working in a place where they're treating you right, where the people are not hanging out on your block or in your neighborhood. I got to wrestle back and forth with people passing out literature, convincing folks to stay outside, or people who are telling people to come to their house so they could do their hair, or so they can cut their hair. I have to wrestle with that and deal with that every day, and find opportunities for money for small businesses so they can continue to function. Find money for people so they won't be thrown out of their house. Come up with all kinds of things to make sure our community is safe and that we continue to move on after this. And not just me. Many of these mayors are doing the same thing and are grappling with these ideas. And so we're working together to try to figure out how to keep our cities functioning and alive. I tell you what, though, what we're going to get out of this, we're going to realize that many of the things that we took for granted, we're not going to take for granted anymore. A kind conversation, a hello, a handshake, right? The way we treat and care for people, the way we interact with folks, the visiting of our mothers and our grandmothers, the closeness of our families. We're not going to take any of these things for granted. And the weaknesses and the inequalities that exist in our society that have been exacerbated and made more relevant in this time because this coronavirus is exposing them so much. And so we have to do so much to fill these gaps. I pray that after this, we have the strength to continue to fight, that those things we put in place continue to be in place. These are things that we should be doing anyway. Folks should already, who's sick, who are disabled, should already have an opportunity to work from home, right? We should already be finding places for homeless folks to live and be. That should already be an emergency. We should already have emergency funding for that, for transitional homes. We should already be giving people in our community cash checks from the federal government to keep them afloat, so their whole family is not destroyed, they're not driven into poverty and despair. We should already have access to a healthcare system. I think that the pharmaceutical industry and the healthcare industry should already be nationalized. I believe that anyway. We should already have these things that people are putting in place now. We need to keep them in place. Our kids should all have computers. We should all find ways to get our kids access to the internet access to technology the way we did in Newark. Great thing that the superintendent did. People who don't have food should always have the opportunity to get food. We should have programs where people not only can get food, but we give people programs so they can get food on their own. These are things that should already be in place. And this virus has made it clear that these weaknesses are destroying us. And so we have to fill those weaknesses in, those gaps in during this time. And I pray that we have enough strength and enough courage to keep these things alive and going after this is over, right? So if you're one of those young people out there who first the young people who sent me tagged me on their raps, continue to do that. I appreciate that and lift up my spirits. And there's some money out there for the winner who sent me the best one. And the young people who hit me respectfully, asked me real questions, wanted to engage with me thoughtfully. I appreciate that. And I'm going to respond to you. We're going to do our best to make sure that the 4 years that you had in high school is not thrown away, right? That we give you an opportunity to celebrate your victory in high school. I know it's something to be proud of, and we want to make sure that you get a chance to do that. And I pray that we destroy this virus before June, right? And I pray that you're able to get a prom. But if you don't get a prom, if you don't get a graduation, the world will not end. We will make sure that something happens for you at some point, but we need you to join the rest of us to keep us alive. Join the rest of us to help us keep our communities and our families safe. We need you to join the rest of us. Join us, lead your peers. Don't be a follower. Lead your peers in helping us secure our families, secure our neighborhoods, help us survive this thing. So when it's all said and done, and people are having thousands of deaths, that it miss us here in Newark and the surrounding cities because we did our lockdown, because we listened to the mayor, because we listened to the health officials, because we listened to the governor, and we did everything we were supposed to do so that the death toll in our community is not exorbitant, so it doesn't climb and climb and climb and climb and climb and climb. 22 dead is enough. It is too much. It is enough. We need to curb this now. Now. If 12 people died in any night from anything, people would be alarmed by it. You should be alarmed that 12 people died yesterday and now we're up to 22. That's what you should be alarmed at. And hopefully it'll get you to change your behavior in this community out here. To all of the people that are recovering, God bless you. You know, we who fought it, who are fighting, those of you who have it, that are home, that might be watching Facebook Live now, hang in there. Get some rest. Hang in there. Hang in there. Keep fighting. Keep fighting. Keep fighting. Keep fighting. Recover from this thing. Recover from this thing. Bring us the hope that we need. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Recover from this thing, right? Recover. And let everybody know what it is that they need to do to recover and not to contract this virus themselves. Keep fighting in there. The whole city is with you. The whole city is praying for you. Our interfaith community stayed on the phone for 12 hours yesterday. 12 whole hours praying Islamic prayers, praying Christian prayers, praying Catholic prayers, praying Jewish prayers, praying for us to recover from this, for divine intervention in this thing. So keep fighting. There are people with you, and you're not alone in this. And all of the elected officials and the police officers and the firemen and the folks that are out there that risked their lives, that contracted the disease because you were trying to keep us safe. God bless you. God speed to you. Keep fighting. We love you. We appreciate the work that you're doing, that you've done for us. Hang in there, right? There's a scripture that says, those who save their life lose it, and those who lose their life save it. Lose their life for his sake, save it. And in that, it is saying the work that you're doing, the divine and noble work that you're doing, saves your life. And so we continue to thank you for the work that you're doing in our community. And those of you who are still out there doing this work while others of us are in the house, or some of us are taking it for the joke, God bless you and God speed to you. Keep doing the work that you're doing. in my city and in the cities around. Lastly, Newark is strong, right? Newark strong. I want you to hashtag that. I want you to hashtag Newark strong. I want you to show your family doing something in the house while you're social distancing and quarantining. And I want you to hashtag Newark strong and then at me on Instagram, Baraka on Instagram. At me, Newark strong. Hashtag that and show me something you're doing with your family in your house, right? Together, because we need to provide inspiration and hope to all of the families that are in here quarantining and letting them know that quarantine is not the end of the world. It's something we're doing to save our life, and we're strong because of it. We better because of it. We're going to be stronger because of it. And when this thing is gone, when this is gone, because it will be gone, we still going to be here. We still going to be here. And then we can hashtag Newark strong and remember the pictures and the times that we spent with our families getting closer and better acquainted with each other over and over again. And you remember those pictures. I want those pictures to go viral. I want people to see that Newark is strong, that we care for each other, that we love each other, that this thing isn't beating us. It isn't driving us crazy. It isn't putting us against one another. It isn't making us divided. Isn't it causing us to hate and disturb and destroy each other? It's causing us to become closer and closer and closer together. So what evil folks meant for bad, we turn into good. That every time they knock us, we boost it. That every hole they dig for us, we find a way to climb out of it. That every time we knock down, we get back up. And that's our love and our strength of one another. That's what Newark strong means. Hashtag Newark strong. Hashtag Newark strong. Do something with your family. Hashtag Newark strong. Do something on your porch, in your backyard, in your living room, right? Do something and hashtag it Newark strong. Show people we can stay home and we know how to stay home and we're going to beat this thing. And the coronavirus can't beat us because we believe in something stronger than the coronavirus. And we ourselves collectively and cooperatively are stronger than the coronavirus. In fact, our unity is more powerful than an atomic bomb. God bless y'all. God speak to you. Thank God for another day. Each day we breathe is another day that coronavirus loses. Take care.